It, from what I've seen, it's like yours hinges on like no, actually, let me just ask, what's your premise? I should state premises before we do all that.
Alright,
Then we'll see you first.
so my famous is Batman would be like on par or even better than the martial arts that your character
Wait,
knows. And now in
wait,
more
would
of his own.
he? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Uh, so my premise is that Batman would be on par or even better than the martial arts that your character knows, and a master of his own martial arts.
Uh, oh, I know what your skin you're using. Well, I can test that within the debate, but right now, so I guess my premise is my character just like fucking out, martial art hexes you. It's just all the stuff he can do. Your just character can't hit him or whatever. But yeah, I guess we could start. You start first since yours like hinges on like that one scan. I think it's multiple scans, but I know what you're gonna use.
Okay, yeah. So Batman is Batman has been said it twice to be a master of every known martial arts, one by the narrator and one in the daughter book statement.
All right, send this statement. So,
Yeah.
This guy sounds like an Indian.
Xenix, shut up.
Phoenix, I don't know why you speaking of all people.
Shut up, man.
Damn.
all right. So I'm just gonna counter this real quick. Yeah, it's just all saying. So why does it apply like outside of his verse? Like I'm okay with this applying within, not even just within his verse. I'm okay with this implying like within the series is like the issues that it's stated, right? You know what I mean? Like comic books. You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
yeah.
I'm okay with this applying within there, but outside of there, can you prove why would it apply?
Well, I would apply to like real world or other verses itself.
All right. So why would it apply to like, especially since from what I've seen, you're gonna use this to say he knows my character's fighting styles, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So just stick this in. So why does the author of this comic have authority over works that are not his own?
So the way I interpreted these two statements is that kind of master of like it meaning that it would be martial arts in like Davis and kind of like the real world itself and most martial arts like or I believe that most martial arts in a fiction are based off real world martial arts or somewhat to do with real world martial arts. So by him being a master of like if you know
They
real
have
world martial
somewhat
arts.
they have somewhat to do with them, but they're like in in a lot of cases inherently different. I'll use like Baki as an example. In Baki, slapping someone hard like ruptures, like does something to the water in their body. It does internal damage, extreme, like the damages all your organs, right? Which is so it's based on like IRL martial arts, but takes its own spin on things. Your author you cannot assert that your author has authority out of things outside of his own verse. That's like I'll give you an example. That's like me making a fan fiction where Goku just beats up fucking the presence and saying that because of that Goku is stronger than the presence or Goku scales to the presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but kind of as I like stated, if your character's martial arts is kind of based on like the real world like martial arts, Batman would be like not a master, but kind of what you call it, like he would know of your martial arts, but not the full extent of it, but know some of the techniques by it being based on real world martial arts.
I disagree, especially since like a lot of Kenshin's martial arts are like well, like I suppose you could say they're based on IRL, but they're like so different in the way that they do things that it's just not comparable to the IRL, and you can't just say like knowing something from, let's say, knowing Kendo doesn't mean you know Kenshin's martial arts because they're like, well, I'll just show you once I get to them, I guess. But they're just so supernatural that you cannot compare the two, even if they're based on one another. Actually, before we get to that, Milky, is it fine if you judge? I'd rather have it.
Uh,
All right. Are
Damn,
you
Milky
fine with
judging.
being like done with this point, Zking?
yeah. Oh, I'm done with this point myself.
All right. Milky, you want to judge this real quick? It's pretty quick. I mean,
Yo, Moki. Alright, he's stepping in. Okay.
oh, you forgot what we said. All right.
Xenix didn't know Zking was from New Zealand.
He didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not from New Zealand, you retard.
If
I
Milky
live in New
forgot
Zealand.
what he said, I could judge the point if you guys need to judge.
He's from
Same
Bangladesh.
fucking shit.
Fine.
I'm from South Africa. You.
Zking said he was fine with Billy and judging. I
Yeah.
can't say your name.
I'm just fine with
Yeah.
whoever, like someone I know, judging.
Yeah, that's cool. So who do you give the point to? I guess.
I would give the point to WGS. Do you guys need like
I
an
mean-
explanation as of why? Or
Let me judge.
You know what? Do the YouTube black.
yeah, do you want me again? I think WGS won the point. Do you need me to like substantiate why? Or
Yeah.
all right, so pretty much, Zeking, like the basis of your argument is that Batman would know or be a master of the martial arts that WJS's character is using because it's based off of or it's inspired by martial arts from the real world, which Batman would have at least awareness of. But WJS countered this by saying that even if it was inspired, like the way that it is used in Kenshin is so astronomically different that there's like no way to compare the two. So that argument wouldn't like obviously like if like for example, right, say in I haven't read Kenshin, right, but say in Kenshin they use kendo, but they like they like swing their sword and they fucking like I don't know, they like make every single volcano on the planet erupt just by swinging their sword, right? Obviously that's like something so absurd that even if it is from kendo, it wouldn't be something that like just like being a kendo master, you wouldn't be able to do that just because like that's how like he brought this up earlier too. That's how the author like with his Baki thing, right? That's how the author like presented that. And so since that's how it was printed by the author, there's no reason for the author of Batman to have any claim over the statements and whatever feats was happening in Kenshin's verse. So yeah, that's essentially the reasoning why I'd give it to WGS.
So can I continue?
Yeah.
So what else did you say? You said your main. I thought it like mainly hinged on being master of all martial arts, right? Or was there something else in your premise?
Kind of like more of like. So my premise was like you would kind of like be above him, sort of, in like the martial arts terms itself.
Uh, could you just send your proof for that? I guess.
So so Batman kind of made his own martial arts down here.
All right.
So I believe that this martial arts would be kind of above um like kind of above all the martial arts because it's stated somewhere in the thing that after his first fight with the Batman who lost, he kind of had to go back to training. Therefore, all the other martial arts wouldn't have been on par with Batman Glove, so therefore when he made his own martial arts and he kind of beat the Batman Glove, this martial arts would be above all others.
Uh, so he just made martial arts better than the ones that the Batman Who Laughs knew. Well, that's so. Let me give you this. That's like me saying, right? Let's say there's this guy, character. I don't know, just a random name. It doesn't really matter. Let's say another guy. Alright. Let's say another guy stated to be like stronger than this guy. That doesn't scale the other guy anywhere because we don't know. So you'd have to prove how good the other techniques he knows are. But also, I'd have to point out this doesn't. So the way I interpret this is just that he's making a style not that's better than every thing that the Batman Who Laughs knows. Just one that is just one that he's not a master of because the Batman Who Laughs would logically have the skills of Batman, right?
Yeah. You would
So
be.
so yeah, so what he's doing, he's like so let's say I'm a karate master. I know someone else who's really good at karate. I'm gonna try to use, and let's say I try to use a different style, not because the style is better, but because the other karate master doesn't know that style, thus won't be able to counter it as well. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, but so the so what I said was basically during the previous fight, the Batman kind of got into a stalemate and kind of lost to the Batman Love because the Batman Love was kind of above the Batman in martial arts. But after now, he made like his own martial arts. It kind of it was it kind of just gave him the upper edge in the state.
Uh, so all right. So that's where you're done with your scaling, right? I'm fine with that, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's where you're done with your scaling, or you have anything else to add?
Nah.
All right. I'll just send in some stuff for my guy then. All right. All right. So yeah.
Wait. WGS, who are you running with? I know Zking's running with Batman, but who are you running with?
I'm going with Kenshin.
Kenshin.
I
Okay. So let me start off with this, I guess. For like just martial arts ability, no techniques or anything right now. He's like what? Um. Okay. Milky. Actually, I forgot you're not. Bylian. I'm gonna just send you something in DMs. Okay. Scan because for some reason it's not letting me
Alright.
send it here.
I'm pretty sure Forko's having that problem too. But
Yeah.
Can you
Listen.
send it to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll also send it to you. Yeah.
you just send me a period, my guy.
Damn. But do it just screenshot the thing and that to send it like that.
Yeah, that might be what I have to do. But first, I'm just gonna send it to you in DMs. Okay, never mind, because something in your DM settings doesn't let me send it.
But I'll just
So
add you as a friend. So
well, it's not just that. It says that it's explicit, but I don't understand how it is. Okay, there. The screenshot it was sent. Okay,
yeah, that
you're right.
yeah, I can see it.
Right there. Okay, there. I sent it in the thread now. It's fine. Okay. So yeah, he can repel people's like force of their attacks, like strike at their livers and shit, strike at their organs, just for like fighting skill. He also, let me see if I got it, has techniques that just like when he uses the stance, it lets him like instantly react to things. I'll send that.
Tell me who wins later.
All right.
Alright, peace.
You know, saying like clear scan because when I zoom in, it like, gets blurry.
All right. I'll just send like a screenshot of like what I'm talking about then. Like just the part that I'm talking about. Oh yeah, it is blurry. What the hell?
I feel that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like zoom in even more. Send a screenshot of it. See if that works. Like so it's still blurry, but it should be at least a little better. If you need me to read it for you, I can too.
Yeah, surely. Yeah. So can you read it?
Yeah, sure. It says the arm extended higher than in Snaken, the sword parallel to the ground and pointing at one's forehead. A defensive stance seen in ancient fighting styles allow one to react instantly to any sudden changes in the opponent's strikes.
Okay. So to summarize, it is basically the from your stance alone, you can react to anyone's strike.
It just
Or
like instantly react to changes in anything you do. And just this, I'll send this as well. Like dude, just power of his swing, he just like draws matter back in on itself. He's like cutting space just with just his fighting style. This is all I'll
like
use.
the black boxes, like the small black boxes, are blurry, and but everything else is okay.
The black boxes don't really matter. I can read what it says in them though, if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay, starting from like the first thing, it's like I'm being pulled in toward Batosai. That's just his name. Oh, that's his title, I guess you could say. No, that's not it. It's not that, but rather towards the space in front of him. It's like the sheer force of the attack split the air, created a time lag. No, and now it's drawing matter back in on itself. So you've ever seen JoJo's?
Yes.
I'll give this comparison. You know Okuyasu?
Zahando.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically what this nigga's doing right now.
He's deleting the space of the guy and just bringing him closer.
Yeah, and that's basically it. We can yeah this is like a pretty quick one. We can do you have any like problem with any of this?
Mm, nah. Conclusions.
Yeah, we can go to conclusions then. You want to go first or me?
I'll go first.
All right.
So, so from that kind of the last kind of said of him making his own martial arts and kind of yes, so for me making his own martial arts, which is above all the martial arts that he knew from all the other ones being inferior to the Batman who lost, but suddenly this martial art works on him. Therefore, I believe that this martial art could boom pow would be above every martial arts in the verse. Therefore, like and like the awards, therefore, like all other martial arts that your character is using now would kind of be inferior to this one.
Uh, you good, right? All right, now I go.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll just say this. So the scan of him creating like his own martial arts better than all the ones he knew. It's like an unquantifiable burial because he never like showed how like skilled all the other ones were. So it's like saying X is stronger than Y, but never given a variable for Y. Uh, because what's it called? So let me just put it this way. Let's say a guy's X, the other guy's Y. Saying that X is stronger than Y, thus X is like town level or something. You cannot assert that unless your reasoning's like Y was town level. But he didn't. He never gave a variable for Y. Like all this other styles, he never showed how skilled they were. For my own, I just showed why like Kenshin is like sword skill enough to like use the force of people's own attacks to strike at their organs, like their liver. He has techniques that allow him to instantly sense and react to things. And he also has like an attack that's like fucking cuts the space with in front of him. It's like space manip. And all this together is just why he wins. It's not really much above him.
Valiant.
All right. Oh, I was drinking for a second. All right. So just to like recap for myself, Zking, your main argument is that because he's a master of all martial arts like in the verse, and then he lost to the Batman who laughed, so we had to make a style that countered the Batman who laughs. So you were saying that that style he created is above every other martial art, right?
Yeah, basically.
And then WGS, you were just like mentioning how he's like his martial art techniques where he can like counter damage and like like repel the force and shit, and he can like cut apart or he can like bring space in by just by like the pure force of his slashes, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I think, or I would say WGS won this point, or just all of it, all around, just because of the fact that the entire argument that Zking was basing his conclusion around, WGS already previously debunked with Zking giving no real counter to it, and WGS's rebuttal to it was that if he gave an analogy as if like he was like two karate masters where one karate master, like obviously, if you create another style to beat that karate master or to beat the other karate master, it's not necessarily that your style is better than everything he knows. It just happens that since he doesn't know that style, he just has no he has no knowledge of what it is, and so he has no counter to it. And Zeke never gave any proper rebuttal to that, and thus he has no actual argument for his conclusion, and so WGS would just win by default. So yeah, WGS won.